Hi there, YouTube. Chad here doing another Bible review. I got my MacArthur study Bible about 6 months ago, and just last week or week before at Christmas, I received a new webcam for my laptop, which I am using for the first time. So I'm hoping this comes out a lot better. I've got it cranked up with the highest quality, so I'm hoping it does everything we need it to do. Anyway, MacArthur Study Bible. This study Bible, unlike most, was written by a single individual. This study Bible was written by a legitimate theologian, so it's not like something like the Dake Study Bible or the Expositor Study Bible by Jimmy Swaggart, or the K. Arthur Study Bible, whatever. This was actually done by a theologian, and John MacArthur is a very serious, heavy name when it comes to theology. He really knows his stuff. So I've been wanting one of these for quite a few years, but I was unsure about it because John MacArthur is a Calvinist and I'm not, and John MacArthur is a cessationist and I'm not. But I ended up getting it anyway. So anyway, the cover on this was absolutely ugly. I'm trying to remember what colors it was. Looks like it was like dark brown and some other color, but I did not like the color, so I just taped the dust jacket. I used a little Scotch tape on the edges here and up here, and so now it's going to be like this till I get rid of it. So let's see here. Like I said, this is the hardcover. If you get a MacArthur Study Bible, it is Smith sewn. There were some questions whether, in one of my other videos, whether this one was Smith sewn or not. And I did look up here at the top of the headbanding and stuff, and I could see where the signatures were folded over, and it looked like they were sewn. So I'm pretty sure this is Smith sewn, which makes me very happy. So anyway, this study Bible is, I'd say, let me see here. I'd say it's right around 2,000 and some odd pages. So it's a little over 2,000 pages. So it is the size of a normal study Bible. Like here's my Zondervan Life in the Spirit Study Bible, and you can see width-wise it is just a touch, I don't know if it's going to pick it up, but yeah, it's just a touch wider. But as far as height goes, they are the exact same height. And the thickness, I would say they're the same thickness as well. I think, but yeah, the Life in the Spirit is just a touch thicker than the MacArthur. So yeah, it is a standard size study Bible. It is Smith sewn. Now this is the New American Standard, which I had my choice to get this one because I was just wanting a cheap one. I could have got the New American Standard, or I could have got the New King James Version. I already have a couple New King James Version Bibles, but I really wanted a good New American Standard that's the 1995 update of New American Standard. I got an ultra thin, which I did a review on, and I was not happy with the build quality of it, because the liner was vinyl. It was peeling up because they used an inferior glue. The red letters in it were fine, but the print quality was very low, and it was some very heavy ghosting I was not happy about. But in this one, I am very glad to say the print quality in this is very high print quality when compared to my New American Standard Ultra Thin. The letters are much bolder. The main text is a 9-point font, while the notes are a 7.5-point font. So, yeah, 9-point font. Yeah, that was right. 9-point font for the text, 7.5 for the notes. It does have center column cross references, and there is 80,000 center column cross references in this. The notes in here, they're pretty good. I mean, obviously because this is an individual and not a team effort, there's going to be some stronger stances taken in this than in other study Bibles, because it's more personalized, because it's an individual and not a team. It's not like they have to agree on most or even all the notes. This is just whatever John MacArthur decided to put down. Some advantages to that is that in some places he goes into more detail on things. Some disadvantages is he had no one there to really help him, so it was pretty much all him. I mean, he had some people help him from Master's Seminary, but all I got to say is this: if you are looking for a study Bible where the notes were written by an individual author who's also a scholar, this is hands down the best, in my opinion. I mean, forget Dake. I'd never recommend Dake anyway, and there's a lot of problems with the expositors, but that still leaves, the Schofield, K. Arthur, and a few others. Even something like the Keyword Study Bible, which I have not done a review on yet because I don't have one. But this thing is loaded with all kinds of charts, maps, outlines, just all kinds of really cool stuff. Now, the only complaint I do have about this is it is not red letter edition, which that could be a plus for you. Maybe if you have eye problems where you don't see red so well, then that might be a plus for you. But here we are in the Gospel of Mark, and as I flip through it, you can see there's no red letters in it anywhere. So just be warned, if you're going to get a MacArthur, there is no red letters to it. It is a decent sized font. It's average. It's 9 point. Of course, the letters are somewhat bold compared to other Bibles. So that's a plus. I mean, it doesn't strain my eyes when I sit down to read it. There are appendices in this. Appendices, however you want to pronounce it. And in the appendices, there's 6 of them, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Okay. So there's the normal ones. Your concordance, which is like 123 pages. Money's, weights, and measures. And read through the Bible in a year. But that's only half of them. The other half is the character of genuine saving faith. And that's this article right here. And it's just this one little page. But it's based on 2 Corinthians 13:5. And then there's 3 sections to it. Number 1, evidences that neither prove nor disprove one's faith. Number 2, the fruit/proofs of authentic true Christianity. Number 3, the conduct of the gospel. And between points 2 and 3 it says, if list 1 is true of a person and list 2 is false, there is cause to question the validity of one's profession of faith. Yet if list 2 is true, then the top list will be also. I just thought that was pretty cool. So even there, that little article says a lot about, testing whether one is in the faith, not just yourself, like it says in Scripture, but even here, we are supposed to beware of false teachers and false prophets, stuff like that, and also false converts. I think one of the saddest things is we can go into many churches nowadays and we can be talking to people in the pews and they claim to be Christians, and yet we really don't have any way of knowing, and we're not taught anymore how to discern. And it could be something as simple as maybe the person doesn't fully understand the gospel, and we're wasting a lot of opportunities in sharing the gospel with people like that. But anyway, so I thought that article was really cool. Next to that is the overview of theology. Now, in the overview of theology, if I can find it again, I just flipped too many pages ahead. Okay, overview of theology. This is basically an overview of what John MacArthur believes. Now, he is a Calvinist. He doesn't hold to all 5 points, I don't think. I think he's only a 4-point Calvinist, or maybe a 4.5-point Calvinist. very similar to what Spurgeon believed. He's also premillennial. He doesn't believe in baptizing infants like many Calvinists do. He also believes in a pre-tribulation rapture. And some of his notes on prophecy in here are just absolutely excellent. So yeah, the section on overview of theology is 3 pages. So actually it's 6 pages long. And it's got some really good stuff in there. It's just really brief, but it's some really good stuff. And maybe if you are trying to understand Calvinism a little better, then the article here on election and security would probably help you out quite a bit. Aside from that, there's this other section in here, the index to key Bible doctrines. This was pretty awesome. This is basically a topical index to different doctrines of the Bible. For instance, here's a section on the Holy Scriptures, and it gives tons of scriptures. And of course, you'd probably need to read the corresponding note. I haven't been through this yet. And that goes all the way down to there. So it starts right there, and it goes down to there. And then it goes into stuff like God the Father, the glory of God, faithfulness of God, God in 3 persons, the Trinity, the love of God, the loving kindness of God, the mercy of God, the unity of God, the wisdom of God, the wrath of God. So there's just a lot in there, especially, and I'm looking forward to using that because I actually want to do a study about the attributes of God, and I think that this index is probably going to be my primary source of information because it's so well laid out, and just looking at some of these things that are written in here is just really awesome. The notes in here, like I said, some of them are I disagree with. John MacArthur is a cessationist. He believes that the gifts of the Spirit stopped whenever. I've heard him say it stopped at the canon of Scripture in 95 AD when John finished writing Revelation. Then I heard him say it was at the end of the apostolic period, the apostolic fathers around then. So, it varies, but that's something I disagree with him about. Also, we would probably disagree on election, predestination, and also unconditional eternal security. But you know what? A lot of the information in this study Bible is just phenomenal. It's just great. Even though, like, I have my other study Bibles, like my Holman study Bible, which is the KJV study Bible from Holman, my Nelson study Bible, which is the second edition of the King James Version study Bible. And those are both available in New King James as well. And the Holman is even available in the HCSB, Holman Christian Standard Bible. But even with all that, I got to say, this study Bible, as far as the quality of the notes and everything, I prefer this over my Holman. And my Holman was my number 2 study Bible with commentary notes at the bottom. And that came right after, this one here, my Life in the Spirit study Bible. So, I would say this is probably my number 3 study Bible. And I'm sorry if I'm sounding a little weird. I am a little under the weather, which is why I'm recording this. Anyway, I got to say, I really do love this Bible. I appreciate there's a lot of thought gone into this. And there's a lot of those problem passages of scriptures where in a lot of the study Bibles, they just don't have commentary in them. And I found a lot of times John MacArthur, he will take the time to give you a little bit of an explanation. And a lot of times he's giving you stuff that's really going to challenge you, really make you think. I was already reading, after the whole attack on France, I went through and I read Ezekiel 38 and 39. And because there is a war coming up, and you can read about it in Ezekiel 38 and 39, and it was talking about the the identity of Gog and Magog, stuff like that. And, I've always, when I was studying, I was taught one thing, but then John MacArthur, he said something else, and he challenged what I believed, but he challenged it in a way that I had never heard. He challenged me with some good, solid historical information. So I had to go back and I had to restudy all of that out, which is exactly what I did. I went back, I restudied it out, and I had to conclude that MacArthur's note, he was dead on. He was absolutely right. And that's one thing that I'm thankful for. I'm very thankful that he wrote that to correct me. I'm just, I was always convinced based on the information I had, but John MacArthur provided me with some other information, and then with the information he provided me, I was able to go back and research things and correct some of my own stuff about theology. Very thankful for that. So if John MacArthur ever watches that, I just want to give him watches this video, I want to give him a big thanks. But I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a good, solid study Bible, this has got to be one of the better ones. Highly recommend it. It's very easy reading. Like I said, I got the 1995 update of the New American Standard Version, or New American Standard Bible. And now I'm telling you what, I bought this because I usually get a nice edition of a study Bible for review, and then I end up not liking it and kick myself for spending the extra money when I could have got away with just getting a hardcover. Well, this time it's just the opposite. I ended up getting just a cheap used hardcover, and I'm already planning on replacing this with a brand new one in the Raven simulated leather, whatever they call it, soft leather look. I plan on replacing this one with that, because I tell you what, this has just got some really great information. And I'm really starting to get into the 1995 NASB. It's very readable, very easy to read. So I'm beginning to get to where I'm using this more in my devotions, a little more than I am for study. But for the text of the Bible, for devotional reading, I like using the 1995 New American Standard Bible Update. But I still primarily preach from the KJV. I just like it. I prefer it. And there's times I'll be reading this, I don't even understand what I'm reading. I'll go into my King James and pick it up, and I can actually understand it. I don't know. People say they have a hard time with the King James Version. It's too archaic. I don't know. But I don't struggle with it. So yeah, if I could change two things about this, I would make this available in the King James Version, and I'd also make it red letter edition, because that's just one of my own personal preferences. But it wouldn't cost them anything extra to print this in the King James. There's no copyright on the KJV, so they could do that, definitely. But like I said, it is available in the New King James and also NASB. And also it's been released recently in the ESV and also the NIV 2011. So, yeah, if you're using one of those, great. But I recommend, if you're going to get this study Bible, I would recommend the NKJV or the NASB 1995. Like I said, I would have got this in the New King James, except for I really wanted the 1995 NASB, so that's what I got. And when I get my replacement, I'm probably going to get this exact same Bible, but it's going to be the updated one, and it's going to be in the soft leather look, because they're no longer making these in genuine leather, apparently. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm happy with it. And I got to say this, if you are a person who is kind of new to the faith and you're looking for maybe a variety of study Bibles, and I got to say, if you get these two, you're good to go. You're set. You get a KJV Life in the Spirit, a NASB MacArthur Study Bible, you are set. You've got plenty of information there, and you can combine your studying out of the two of them, see what the commentary is in these, or the articles in this, and maybe you'll find some stuff where it disagrees with each other, and you'll have to do your own research and learn it for yourself. And that's one thing I'm real big on, is I don't think we should ever limit ourselves to one particular form of theology. And yes, I am a Pentecostal, but like I said, there's some things in this MacArthur Study Bible MacArthur says that are just far more biblical or more accurate than stuff in here, and vice versa. I could say that about both of them. Which one is better? I would probably say the Life in the Spirit. I still like this better. This is still my primary go-to Bible if I'm looking for a study Bible with commentary notes. So this would be my number one study Bible with commentary notes. And this is now my number 2, and I'm very happy with it. I'm very thrilled with it. But I tell you what, if you're just going to get three Bibles, then for studying, then there you go. You got your Thompson, KJV, Life in the Spirit, and MacArthur Study Bible, NASB, 1995 update. So I tell you what, you get those 3 study Bibles, and you're just set. Yes, I was able to go and get this out of storage the other day from my sister's, but I still have all my stuff in storage over there. But anyway, yeah, if you just need 2 or 3 study Bibles, get yourself a Thompson Chain Reference Study Bible. Just tremendous the amount of stuff it has in it. The referencing system, very unique. Life in the Spirit Study Bible, thousands of notes. Articles are just tremendous. Absolutely love the articles. And the MacArthur Study Bible, I was looking at the amount of notes. Nelson NKJV, or the Nelson Study Bible, whether it's KJV or NKJV, you're getting about 5,700 study notes. The Holman Study Bible, whether KJV, NKJV, or HCSB, you're getting about 20,000 notes. Get a MacArthur, you're getting 25,000 notes. So you're getting just 200 notes less as if you were to combine the Holman and the Nelson together. So it's got a very exhaustive amount of notes. And a lot of the notes here go into a lot of detail that some of these study Bibles that are written by groups of men and boards just won't get into. And MacArthur, he's not a slouch on theology. He really knows his theology. So it's not like you're just getting one man's opinion without him having truly researched it from a scholastic standpoint. MacArthur is a very good scholar and gentleman. And, even though I believe he's dead wrong about stuff like the gifts of the Spirit and Calvinism, I still have mad respect for the man because this is just a Magna Carta. This is a tremendous wealth of information. And I gotta say, there's so much a person could get out of this study Bible. I tell you what, you get these 2 combined, look out. You're gonna be on the devil's hit list. And that's just the way it is. So yeah. And I am thinking, that's about all I got for this video, but I am thinking about, for one of my upcoming videos, I'm really wanting to do a video on selecting commentaries. I also got some new commentaries for Christmas. I got the IVP Bible Background Commentary, but I'm thinking about doing a video on commentaries versus study Bibles, and I think that's going to be really interesting. So anyway, hope you've enjoyed the review. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them at the bottom, down there in the comment section. And any questions or anything, I'll be happy to look it up and see what I can dig up for you, or try to answer for you. Also, I'd like to encourage you, if you're on Facebook, I would encourage you to go to our Facebook page. For the ministry I started, Masters Lanterns Ministries. We are on Facebook. Go ahead and look us up. Also, we're here on YouTube. So anyway, this is Chad. I am going to answer my phone because I just got a text message. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the review. And hopefully I'll have another one done pretty soon. So until next time, God bless and have a great night.